Frank Ehrhardt, John R. Wood Properties, Christie's International. Welcome to the Southwest Florida Real Estate Market Update for May 2026. The median sales price for the month was $370,000. That's actually up 3% from the prior year. So we've seen a bump up for the first time this year. Taking a look at the number of units sold during the month, there were 532 units sold. That's down about 9% from the prior year. So it's a little bit of a slowdown on the sales side. Number of active listings, there are 3,586 listings on the market at the end of the month, and that's down 21%. So quite a bit less inventory on hand. And that leaves 7 months of inventory. Last year, there were 8 months of inventory, so down a little bit. 6 months is a stable market, so we're just about to a neutral market. And then the median days to sell for Cape Coral, 44 days versus 55 days a year ago. So my outlook for Cape Coral, it's been about 12 months now where we're pretty stable on pricing. So with inventory down close to a 6-month supply of inventory, I think it's going to be a relatively stable market over the summer months. Outlook for hurricanes right now is lower than normal, which is also a good sign for the market. For the month, the median sales price was $336,000. That's down 9% from the prior year. Taking a look at the number of units sold in Fort Myers for the month, there were 536 units sold, and that's up about 7% from the prior year. Taking a look at the number of active listings on the market, there are 3,739 listings on the market, and a big decrease. That's down 20% from a year ago. Taking a look at the number of months of inventory on hand, that leaves us with about a 7-month supply, and that's down from a 9-month supply a year ago. Finally, if you take a look at the days to sell, it's 56 days to sell versus 54 days a year ago. So my outlook for Fort Myers, I think we're at the bottom of the market for Fort Myers right now. So I think prices are going to stabilize from here. I think we'll see increased activity from buyers over the next 3 months. The median sales price for Fort Myers Beach for the month was $510,000. That's down 3% from the prior year. If you take a look at the number of sales on the beach, there were 33 units sold this year. That's up from 30 a year ago. Moving over to the number of active listings on the market, there's 549 active listings on the market, and that's down about 12% from the prior year. Months of inventory on hand, that leaves us a 17-month supply, and that's down from 21 months a year ago. And finally, the number of days to sell, it's 84 days to sell this year versus 99 days a year ago. So my outlook for Fort Myers Beach, I think it's going to be a relatively quiet summer on the beach, more like the historical days where it was quiet from June through September or October. However, I do think there's going to be some pent-up demand for the beach come this fall. Median sales price for the month was $1.2 million. That's up 36% from the prior year, huge increase. If you take a look at the number of sales over on Sanibel and Captiva, it was 46 units sold this year. That's up 28% from the prior year. So lots of activity over on SanCap right now. Taking a look at the number of active listings, there's 527 active listings on the market, and that's down about 14% from the prior year. So inventory is coming down as well. Median days to sell is 84 days versus 83 a year ago. And finally, months of inventory, we've got 11 months, and that's down from 17 months a year ago. So my outlook for SanCap, obviously we've got a lot of activity going on the island right now. I think we're going to continue to see increased activity throughout the summer months. Sales price for the month was $625,000, and that's actually up 2% from the prior year. If you take a look at the number of sales during the month, we sold 868 units, and that's up 11% from the prior year. Number of active listings on the market, there's 6,430 units on the market, and that's down 16% from the prior year. So we're seeing inventory starting to come down. Months of inventory, there are 7 months on hand right now, and that's down from 10 months a year ago. Taking a look at the number of days to sell, it was 62 days this year versus 58 days a year ago. So my outlook for Naples, we've got prices are up, we've got activity up, and we've got inventory down. I think it's going to be a good summer for the Naples market. Frank Ehrhardt, thanks for watching this month's market update. Check back with us next month. If you have any questions about the real estate market or are interested in buying or selling a home here in beautiful Southwest Florida, feel free to give me a call.